are still moving, if we could kind of let's bring it on down so we can hear the questions and answer them. I'm good. What's up?
Oh, nothing. I'm just glad I finally got up here first. I never get here first.
Well,
All right.
congrats.
All right, thank you. All right, 2 questions. 1, will you ever pay your intern?
Hell no.
Maybe food every so often.
You know, I was hoping it would be like questions about future battles and stuff.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
sometimes.
maybe we'll pay Jason.
No, the whole point of the show is that we don't pay her so that she gets the show.
Yeah, every time, keep watching Deska Death Battle. That was how we paid her.
Okay. All right, real question now. Will
Yeah,
there
real
be a
question.
Dante versus
Bayonetta. Yeah, what's up? Come on. Come on.
And how many beds will be destroyed?
Okay. Here's something. I'm going to answer that with maybe, and honestly, I'm probably going to answer every single suggestion with the answer maybe. So I'm going to just kind of answer all of them right now. Blank versus blank, question mark? Maybe.
Also, another thing to know for the Death Battle Q&As, sometimes we'll have questions of like, who would win between these 2 people? And it's like, I'm not God. Like, we have to like look up and do research and everything like that.
Fiction
so it's like,
God.
I'm not like, yeah.
Fiction God,
I'm
yeah.
not, it's immediately like, oh well. So.
Death Battle takes a lot of time to research and do the math. And
No,
science.
it's easy, right? Ragnar versus Soul, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was easy.
Oh, can I talk about that for just a second?
Sure, just a second.
All right. Well, these
That one
guys
was crazy.
need Ragnar the Blood Edge versus Soul Bad Guy to do.
Should be pretty quick, Nick. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're fighting game characters. Who cares? It's not going to be a lot of research. Well, they're anime fighting game characters. There is a lot, and it was just, it melted my brain trying to research Ragnar the Blood Edge. I'll just say that much right now.
This is pretty early on. Like, this is the second one you did too, right? So it's like, oh, this will be a good intro to kind of like researching fighting game characters for him. Oh, also there's the anime. Oh, also there's all this history and weird things
And
about.
nothing
If you've
makes
seen
sense.
Nothing makes sense.
If you've seen the episode, we condensed it down as much as we possibly could, and even then, there's still so much more to both.
Yeah, I can imagine like with the anime characters, they got
You got the constellation, though. It's cool.
crap ton of
Anyway,
stuff.
we'll move on to the next. Also, if you have
Like
like
art books have
just
information,
for
like
future reference, maybe try to keep them down so that we can keep moving.
I want to
for
get as many
everybody.
people as possible. Let's try and stick to one. What's up, man?
Well, for starters, hello again.
Hello.
And, well, you actually never answered my suggestion, but let's just sweep that under the table for now. But my personal question is, for each of you, what is your favorite death battle that you have been working on, or what have you found it to be the most difficult to do?
Favorite ones that we've worked on?
Yeah, like,
I'm sorry, we're doing a panel here. But really. Anyway, it's all good. Okay.
All right, so favorite death battles
What is
we've
our
worked on.
favorite death
Go,
battle?
starting here.
One of my favorites is Chuck Norris versus.
Oh, that was retarded.
Nacho. I got to pick that one.
what they need to do is they need to put that death battle in another one. Like I was hoping with the Goku versus Superman, you would see them still fighting in the background somewhere, and they'd just be like, "What the hell was that?" And then they'd fight, you know?
To be straight up, my favorite one that I worked on was Goku vs. Superman 1. Just because it took 2.5 years, and I find the matchup fascinating. And yeah, we basically started the show to answer that. Like that was one of the main goals. Like we are gonna do Goku vs. Superman. But let's kind of build up a reputation first. But I will always say the quintessential episode of Death Battle is Starscream versus Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
If you can't enjoy that episode, sorry, I don't think you're really gonna enjoy Death Battle.
For me, definitely the most fun to work on was He-Man versus Lion-O.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that one.
Because I'm a huge fan of He-Man and Thundercats, and the way Ben and I did it was like, I took He-Man, he took Thundercats, and every day we tried to one-up each other with a ridiculous feat. You know, he'd be like, oh, well, Lionel did blank. Like, oh, yeah? Well, here's Superman ripping out a stalactite and spinning around, He-Man, sorry, ripping out a stalactite and then spinning around so fast he drilled to the center of the earth. He was like, oh, yeah? Well, here's Lionel going to the center of the earth with the Thundercats. Like, just every day I'm like, well, here's He-Man just magicking a chain back together, because why the fuck not? So, that was a lot of fun to work on. And it was basically, we got to write an episode, like 2 of my favorite shows.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite fights to write.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite fight is, besides everyone that I've done, Iron Man versus Lex.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Iron Man versus Lex was it was a lot of fun. I was trying to, it's basically Goku versus Superman, but in giant armor. Like, flying around.
I don't know about that.
when we started that, I was like, I don't care what we do, I don't care what you guys write. You're gonna slam Lex into a building, drag him up a building, and shoot him across into a bridge, and destroy half the city.
Yeah, let me go over a little bit of how the writing to animation process goes. Like, we'll write the script. Like with Iron Man vs. Lex, I wrote a script and I got the voice actors. I was like, okay, here's the lines that they're gonna do. But when it gets to the action scene, it's like, okay, Iron Man's in the Hulkbuster here. Lex comes out the building. They're on the street. Torian does something epic here, and then they have to end up in this location. So that's kind of how a lot of the fight goes. We obviously make sure that the fight kind of follows the research. So, you know, Iron Man's not suddenly gonna like grow another arm or something like that. But Torian does a lot of the choreography himself, like the mocap and stuff like that.
Yep. Big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for answering my questions, and you do God's work.
What he said. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
up?
Not much. My question is, what's the hardest stuff battle that you've ever had to make?
Like the hardest one to determine the winner?
Hardest one that we ever had to make was Goku vs. Superman 1 because it took.
They've already said that.
And aside from that.
Aside from that.
Link versus Cloud.
All right. Yeah,
That was probably the closest matchup we have ever had. I think. Like
Link versus Cloud, we would basically come up with a decision one day, go home, and the next day I would be like, oh no.
Oh, it was
This changes
awesome.
everything.
We argued so many times. Like the rest of the office got in on it. Everybody's like yelling at each other. And then finally, it's like, okay, we have it. And I'm like, I thought we had it. I'm like, thank God that's over. This is like the third day. And I get home, and then my phone goes off, and I have a text from Ben, and it's, oh no, blank would win because of blank. And I just go.
Yeah, that's it. May I just say, the work you guys do is awesome.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and Godspeed.
What's all the God compliments? Come on, guys. This is weird.
Hey man.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello. I want to ask, how in the world did you convince Christopher Sabat to be the voice of Solid Snake?
Chris Sabat was actually really excited about
Super
it.
awesome.
Like apparently, anytime he's been asked before if there's any character he would want to play that somebody else plays, he's always answered Solid Snake. It's a character he really wanted to play. So we got to give it to him, which is awesome.
Funny story. Chris Sabat is absolutely awesome. I got to do a thing with them that is to remain secret. But so I was in the room with Chris Sabat and Sean Schemmel. Right? Also have an
You're in the
awesome
room with them? What?
pissed off at me. So I'm talking with Chris, and like I was talking with Sean, and he comes up and he's just like, "Hey man, you need to do some work with them." To Sean Schemmel, who's the voice of Goku, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then Chris just starts messing with him. He's just like, "Yeah man, they pay really well." That's when I start laughing. And then Sean's like, "Oh yeah, how many zeros?" And I'm like, "Well, you can put as many zeros as you want on that because it starts with one." So yeah, huge thank you to Chris Sabat. He did that for free for us, which is really nice of him. So.
And I just want to say, if y'all convince any more voice actors like that to do it, then good luck. Keep up the
Thank
good work.
you.
Thanks, man.
All right, we're gonna have to start rapid firing these questions if we want to get this whole line done.
Okay.
Let's do this quick.
Hi, it's me, the kid who
Yo.
pissed you off in the opening
Hi,
ceremony.
kid.
What's up, man?
These are like the weirdest fans ever.
How many episodes do you have in lineup every time you start like a season?
Well, we don't really do seasons.
Seasons died now. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
we started
we did do
doing that.
season
but-
one, kind of, but that was more because we had some animation issues behind the scenes. But basically, we just plan out like, okay, these are going to be the next 10 fights. Let's go with that. And then when we start getting close to the end, we're like, what are the next 10 fights going to be? And I've got a giant list, like 500 pages of suggestions that have come from YouTube comments and Facebook comments and things like that, that we just pull up and we're like, okay, what are we going to do next? Okay, let's do these. And that's basically how we set up the next season of 10 episodes.
Okay. And if Goku doesn't win, you're a dead man.
I don't know. All I heard was if Goku doesn't win something. Taka! Did you pay him? Did you pay him?
Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they worked with that really well. Because, I mean, like, stuff like that can be really weird sometimes.
I wish
You
that
got
was
their
the
black
first time we saw
scapegoat.
Taka slip said money to a little boy. I'm kidding. I love you.
All right, next question.
What is the most shocking outcome for the death battles? Like, what one shocked you guys the most to see who won?
What?
Huh?
Like, when you guys found out all the research and made a
Like
decision.
what feat did we find that shocked us the most?
Yeah.
He-Man running around a lake so fast that the lake literally came up and then he moved it to another lake. Just by running.
Or, I mean, just when we looked up Rainbow Dash.
Oh yeah, because Starscream vs. Rainbow Dash started out as a joke that we were just talking about at lunch, and when we got back to the office, we were like, oh, let's see what Rainbow Dash could actually do. See if we can make a joke death battle with it. And then we looked it up on the Wikipedia page, and we're like, what the crap is this pony?
They come running into my office, like all giddy, and they were just like, dude, holy shit! Like, look at what this pony can do! It was crazy. So,
Alright, thank you.
what about you, Nick? Anything you're surprised?
Hey guys, sorry, was I interrupting? Hey, I want to say it's honor to be here. Guess what I got in my hands? I'm the balloon guy. 3 seconds to guess.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1. Garlic
got
Jr.
distracted.
Okay.
I thought that was Yoda.
That's the balloon guy.
Sorry, we just got distracted by Craig.
Oh.
So,
It's really hard to hear.
Anyway,
was that?
I said you have 5 seconds to guess what I'm holding in my hand. 5.
Why are you
3,
doing
2,
this?
Garlic Jr. And second, we got from the balloon guy.
You just forfeit your question. You forfeited. Just go to
You guys have ever thought of holding polls to see which character you want your fans want to see fight against too? Because I've always wanted to see Guts from Berserk go up against Lucy from Elf and Lead. I've been begging this for the past.
He holds up the thing.
What is the question?
Are you thinking of hosting polls to decide? Let the fans decide.
Do we use polls?
Which character is going to fight against which character? Like this character
We
goes.
don't use polls.
use
We
Is this
do,
real?
The research and then arguing a lot.
Okay, like.
Yeah.
That's literally how we do it.
And then also in terms of for fight matchup, we just look at comments and we try and get a good estimate of what. Two things. One thing we see a lot of requested, that means people really want to see the fight, or two, we just think would be a really awesome fight. So.
Most of the time it's by fan request, but sometimes we come across a fight matchup that we're like, oh, this could be really interesting.
Fox versus Bucky.
For example.
All right, next question.
Next question.
Oh yeah, that Fox and yeah, that was good. I like that
What's
one.
your favorite ending of a death battle? Mine's Pikachu's smoothie.
Here's Pikachu.
Pikachu is pretty funny. That was funny. I know a lot of people got a little antsy about that one. Blanca eating Pikachu's head off and then blending them together. That's probably my favorite.
You think that's?
No. Oh man.
I don't know. Ben and I found out that I'm a really, really twisted person.
You are sadistic. You are evil.
We started
Actually, you say you're evil because you wanted. He says he's evil because he wanted Batman's original death to Spider-Man to be Spider-Man jumping up on his head and like plugging his mouth full of webbing until he basically choked to death.
Holy shit, that's disgusting.
Nick over here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think I like Nick's
Nick
original
over here in
ending
the
to
original
Snake.
script of Solid Snake versus
Oh,
Sam
do you have to
Fisher.
really?
Okay.
I was tired when I wrote this. I was not like I woke up, looked at it, I was like, what did I
I
write?
asked him
You know
twice.
how in Solid Snake versus Sam Fisher we have Otacon and Grimm, right, acting as support, and eventually Otacon takes down Grimm's setup in the plane. The way Nick had it originally written, I think he might have just done it out of order, because basically when Snake and Sam went into that dark room, Snake beat the crap out of Sam, and it was written literally. What was it? He like meticulously breaks every bone in Sam's body over the slowest possible time he can.
I didn't write it like that.
It was basically that.
Yeah,
And then after Snake has beaten Sam, then Otacon decides, okay, I'm gonna hack into that plane and kill this woman. And it was like, wow, Nick.
And he's like, hey, Tori, can you
Got a
animate
dark
this
side to this
plane
guy.
crashing into the building?
All right, we got time for a couple more questions because then we're going to show this episode.
Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, let's get to the episode, man.
What is the most suggested death value you have received?
Probably
Can
Goku.
you speak up? It's hard for us to hear.
What is the most requested death value you have ever received that you have not done yet?
Besides Goku versus
That we have not done yet.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be Goku versus Superman.
Galactus versus Unicron.
Oh, that would be good.
Or Hulk versus Doomsday / Broly, depending on. We see a lot of those.
Let's
Yeah.
go rapid fire.
On average,
I don't want to see Hulk rip Broly in half, but you know what? Broly's kind of a
time you
dumbass.
decide to do this death battle to when it comes out, how long does that normally take? Depends on the fight.
Yeah, it really depends on the fight and how much research we have to do. Sometimes, like, for example, when we did Batman versus Captain America, we did that one specifically because our schedule at the time didn't allow for a lot of time, and we already had all the Batman research. So it was like,
It was my first one, too.
Yeah,
so then we just had
Oh,
to
wow.
Captain America and take that with what we already knew about Batman.
Kind of update Batman with what had changed.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't a whole lot.
It wasn't much, but it was something.
Yeah, so it really depends on the fight. We give animation typically about, like, what is it for you, 6 months?
No, I mean 4 to 6. It just depends.
Or not months, weeks.
Yeah, 4 to 6
Sorry.
weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what? This seems kind of strange.
About
Okay.
6 weeks of work. The sprite work is about 4 weeks of work. So that's the animation.
All right, I'm getting yelled at that we really need to get going on this. So this is our absolute final question. We're going to show the episode as long as it's quick.
With your first episode, which was Samus versus Boba Fett, was that your own idea, or did somebody else give that to you?
The matchup?
Yeah.
The matchup, Samus versus Boba Fett, is actually based on Haloid, which was Samus versus Master Chief. Because Haloid was a big inspiration on Monty Oum's. Haloid was one of the...
Give it up.
That poor guy. Yeah.
Monty Oum and his work was a huge inspiration for Death Battle, especially Haloid.
Yeah.
And when we first made Boba Fett versus Samus, when we were making the first episode, I was like, we can do something similar, but like let's make it about bounty hunters rather than space warriors. And we went from there. And then one of the best moments I think I've ever had regarding Death Battle was when we went to RTX, and Monty was like, "Death Battle's awesome. I love what you guys do." I was like, "This is really cool. This is like everything I've always kind of wanted to happen." So.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
All right, guys. You can go sit back down. Sorry, we're just kind of running out of time, and I'm pretty sure there's a fight of some kind you want to see, right?
Okay. Let's get it cracking.
Introduce this.
All right, guys. Get ready for the rematch of legends. Whoa, wait, hang on. We got something.
What?
Bruce, what do we got?
We got. Uh-oh.
wanted to give you guys these.
Sweet, I got a shotgun. Yay!
Shotgun and a sword.
All right. Save it for the superpowered freaks.
For Wiz versus Boomstick, whenever that happens.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll win.
But in the meantime, before we do Wiz versus Boomstick, whenever that happens, we have Goku versus Superman 2.
Let's go!
Goku. Superman. Titans of power, champions of unimaginable might, endlessly requested to fight each other. Again, he's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh wow, they're like really making this like a huge event here. I feel like Superman's still gonna win, but you know, it'll still be fun. And hopefully they really give us some interesting facts on Super Saiyan God Goku. Or Super Saiyan God Goku, Super Saiyan. Based off of what we know. So let's go.
Created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Oh, this echo is horrible.
Entered the world on the cover of Action Comics #1 in 1938. He was the first, and his success paved the way for the superhero genre. The Man of Steel is righteous, courageous, selfless, a perfect Boy Scout. Very inspirational, but man, does it get boring sometimes. Siegel and Schuster were the sons of Jewish American immigrants and knew firsthand what it was like living in a world where they felt alien. Thus, this became the basis of Superman's story.
You know how it goes. His scientist dad found out his homeworld Krypton was getting a bit too explosive and sent his son off to Earth to save him. On Earth, Superman's Kryptonian cells can absorb solar radiation from the yellow sun, giving him awesome strength,
Clark Kent Kal-El.
flight, and the power to shoot heat from his eyes, which can be large enough to vaporize a planet or precise enough to perform lobotomies.
Superman was so powerful he could carry entire solar systems on his back, or obliterate them with a sneeze.
Well, maybe not.
But over 75 years, Superman has changed quite a bit, including going through 2 separate reboots, which we will be focusing on today. These reboots lessened his insane power, not exactly by altering his abilities, but by changing his outlook. Upon discovering his alien powers, the new Superman rejected them, unintentionally instilling mental barriers on his powers, which he would work to unlock through the rest of his life.
Sort of like when you drink too much and don't remember the night before, so you got to spend all day figuring out how you got yourself a dozen kangaroos and married a lamb. Don't ask.
And then, in 1996, the world changed. Dragon Ball Z came to America. 12 years prior, a mangaka, or author of Japanese comics, named Akira Toriyama introduced Dragon Ball, the story of Son Goku and his quest to become the greatest martial artist in the world, nay, the universe.
Like Superman, Goku was also sent to Earth from a doomed planet and possessed incredible powers. But that's pretty much where their similarities end.
Goku was primarily inspired by the Monkey King Sun Wukong from the Chinese novel Journey to the West. If you have any interest in Asian culture, I highly recommend reading it. It's inspired far more than just Dragon Ball.
Throw a stone at a shelf of anime, and odds are it hit something inspired by Journey to the West. Anyway, Toriyama was smart and knew that fighting is awesome, so Dragon Ball took off like a rocket. Sooner than you can say power levels are bullshit, Dragon Ball became a hit anime and then came to America.
Literally making its own journey to the West. And forever changing the childhoods of many.
Man.
Dragon Ball Z
Flashbacks.
became the gateway anime to many Westerners.
Oh, yeah.
However, since prior anime had very little success overseas due to the differences between Japanese and American cultures, the companies responsible for importing DBZ understandably feared Goku.
The ocean dub. Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that dub.
Into Superman.
This decision resulted in some strange mistranslations, such as labeling Goku's father as a brilliant scientist.
Yeah, I don't see it.
As well as perhaps Goku's most famous line, which many argue actually conflicts with his true character.
I am the hope of the universe. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth. Ally to good, nightmare to you. And this is where it all began. The nerd debates, the internet wars, East versus West. Which hometown hero would triumph in a brutal fight to the end?
In 2002, Wizards Magazine delivered an answer. They deduced Goku would win, stating that Superman would die to a fall from the moon to the Earth.
A decade later, the website Outskirts Battledome launched, dedicated to answering versus matches. This time, Superman claimed victory. However, the chaotic debate careened out of control and eventually became banned forever.
The arguments only grew. The internet needed a solid answer.
That's where we came in.
Man, this was nuts. The crazy part was he survived. Goku survived that crap for a second. And that's what killed him. Come on, don't boo. Come on.
Goku and Superman have continued their adventures. Superman gained an all-new ability called the Super Flare, which jettisons all the solar energy stored in his body, essentially turning him into a solar bomb. However, it leaves him completely drained of his powers for the next 24 hours. As such, he will only use the Super Flare as an ultimate last resort.
Goku attained a new legendary form called Super Saiyan God.
Yeah!
Eventually making it his new base form. Then, after
Nice.
mixing its power with his Super Saiyan ability, he became a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
That name! That name!
Ultra Saiyan, Master Saiyan, Super Ultra, combo with Fry Saiyan, anything but that mouthful.
These new powers have naturally rekindled the ultimate debate.
Oh, really?
Goku powerful enough to defeat Superman? Or will this just be a repeat of the past?
Just like really diehard nerds are like, oh yeah, I don't know.
It's time. for the rematch.
But I want to know, so that's why I'm here. Let's go. I might have to make myself smaller. Did he really get the Dragon Balls? That seems so weird that he would use the Dragon Balls.
Hey, Superman!
Son Goku, I've been expecting you.
If they were gonna do that, it should have more dialogue, I feel like. Or
Ready for a rematch?
the presentation, the presentation, I can't even think right now. Presentation quality is much better.
I actually felt that.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Neither have you.
With every step, an earthquake. With every ground, I could create a hurricane.
This is my burden. Be thankful it is not yours.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You're not the only one with that kind of power.
Oh, here it goes! I want to see some better choreography with his fights, with the way he fights, not just the knocking somebody around. But it does look, it looks really good. Dang! Okay. He's too strong for his own good? Got it! Yeah. Oh, there's a cosplayer. Okay, yeah, it's a con. I'm gonna give him his power. I'm gonna give him his power. Okay, back to the fight, please.
All right. Have you had your fun? I would prefer we don't accidentally destroy the Earth a second time.
No, I will never back down from a fight.
Oh, come on, Goku would blow up the Earth in a fight. He still hasn't used instant transmission yet. He still hasn't used instant transmission yet.
I'm sorry.
Aww.
I believe this is the part where I say, I told you so.
Ah!
King Kai, I don't understand.
You can't beat him.
Sure I can. I'll just train harder than ever.
No, Goku. You can overcome any limit put in front of you, but his power has no limit. Even if you somehow found the power to surpass him, you wouldn't have anything left to aspire to. Do you truly want that?
Nah, sounds boring. Oops. King Kai, do you have anything to eat?
Goku, I'm trying to be serious here.
What? My stomach has limits too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figured this was gonna happen. Yeah.
Goku is incredibly powerful, a skilled warrior, and a great character. But Superman is on a completely different level, one which really doesn't belong in versus matches like these. Sure, due to the writing style of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint. Also, Goku will likely achieve a new form in the future. It's just how Dragon Ball works nowadays. However, none of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless.
Don't believe us? Well, strap in, boys and girls. Let's look at how Superman breaks reality. One day, Superman was hanging out near Vega, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation.
For the record, that's 25 light years from Earth, or 147 trillion miles.
The only thing I didn't like about the fight was the fact that Goku would keep fighting on Earth knowing he's going to endanger it. Like, he wouldn't do that.
Being a comic book, the time Superman took getting to Earth is unspecified. However, the comic never mentioned or implied any large time lapse, and he arrived as the battle was ended. Even if we seriously lowballed this feat to taking 10 minutes, Superman would be traveling over 800 trillion miles per hour, over 1 million times the speed of light. But more impressively, Jimmy's signal watch operates by emitting a high-frequency sound only Superman can hear. Which means Superman heard the signal in the vacuum of space 25 light years away. That is physically impossible. Except for Superman.
You weren't impossible? How about the time he lifted Spectre off the ground? A guy literally made up of eternity. No, not insane enough for you? Well then, how about the time
I mean,
in a book of
yeah.
infinite pages? That's right. Superman lifted both eternity and infinity.
Though he did have some help from Wonder Woman and Shazam.
Hey Wiz, what's half of infinity? Infinity.
Regardless, they have limits in their own strength. So while they were lifting a specific set part for each load, Superman was lifting everything else, which literally means everything else. Really, Wonder Woman and Shazam didn't even need to be there.
Superman's held a black hole, survived an explosion equal to 50 supernovas, flew to the center of a red sun, which is like tanking millions of nukes rapid fire, and once easily absorbed enough solar energy to vaporize half a galaxy. And to put an end to the Wizards magazine argument, here he is getting thrown from orbit into Earth with enough force to devastate the planet and cause nuclear winter. Oh look, he stood up moments later, more pissed off than hurt. Oh, and by the way, none of this was pre-crisis.
Believe us, we know none of this makes any logical sense.
And hey, it's not our fault. These writers just keep making Superman the most impossibly OP guy ever. That's kind of what he's all about.
Exactly. Superman isn't just a sketch on paper. He's an ideal. Superman and Goku are more than just characters. They inspire. They show us the best of what we can become. This is why people get so passionate about this debate.
That's true.
The epitome of a self-made man in spirit and personal goals. He inspires people to work hard to achieve dreams. To many, Goku is proof that there is no struggle that cannot be overcome.
And the world of Dragon Ball fits this mold. Every obstacle Goku faces in Dragon Ball has a limit he can overtake. Even those called gods in his universe can be defeated and surpassed.
And that is where Superman breaks this matchup. His world just doesn't fit the same mold.
Superman is an all-powerful being who is only weak to alien radiation and supernatural magic. He is not meant to be relatable. He is not meant to lose. While Goku's story is one of a man trying to be the best warrior he can be, Superman's is the story of a god trying to live amongst men. It's not about if he loses a fight, but whether or not he's doing the right thing. That's why he stands for truth, justice, and freedom. That's why he doesn't wear a mask. That's why he's called the Superman.
Some of you out there have some questions, so let's knock them out of the park right now.
Technically, if Goku could find a way to draw energy across multiverses, his spirit bomb could possibly achieve the kind of limitless power to match Superman. But not only would that take way too long to charge, providing Superman with plenty of time to kill him thousands of times over, the spirit bomb does not hurt anyone pure of heart, like Superman.
Go on! You have to bounce it back! If you don't have any evil in you, you'll be okay.
Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan was about on par with Golden Frieza. When asked about Golden Frieza's power level at a panel, Frieza's voice actor said that since Frieza was a nice guy, it's probably 100 quintillion. Which is a pun, because power levels are nothing more than...
Superman has been beaten in battle before, when he was still learning. Saying Superman should lose because he lost to Doomsday is the equivalent of saying Goku should lose because he was one shot by Raditz. We are looking at these characters at their maximum potential, not from some random point in their timelines.
Goku may have divine ki now, but it's still ki, not magic.
Ki may be spiritual in nature, but it's still a natural source of living energy even Superman possesses. In fact, Dragon Ball emphasizes a clear difference between ki and magic.
And if Goku did destroy the sun or the planet, he can't survive in the vacuum of space. Superman can and could always just fly to another yellow sun, or even a blue one, which boosts his powers even faster.
Ultimately, Goku versus Superman comes down to a difference of limits and purpose. What happens when you pit a man with the power to break any limits against a being with no limits in the first place? Well, only one has limits to give at all. But that's exactly what makes him such a memorable character.
Think about it. If you had a Goku that was as powerful as Superman, would you even want him?
The winner is Superman.
Fucking Superman!
Alright!
Next time on Death Battle.
That better be something awesome! Is that Knuckles? Knuckles? Woo! Knuckles! Who's he gonna fight?
Hey everybody, I'm Chad, I play Blue Stick, and Ben, I play Woods, and...
How are you gonna do that? And that shows who he's gonna fight.
Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We worked really hard on this one, especially that guy.
You guys did a good job. That was a good one.
This is what he's like 24/7. He's always been done this anyway. Anyway, hard for you guys. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It's wonderful animation Victorian. But next time, Knuckles is next. But who is he going to be facing? You can find out by sticking to our social media at ScrewAttack on Twitter and Official SA on Facebook. Yep, so go like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. All right, signing out. Well, maybe I'll stick around. I'll stick around for a second. Look, everybody's leaving.
I love this. Everybody's. Is everyone okay?
Hey, you alright? You okay? Owies and boo-boos?
I don't think we're ever going to get this this panel room quiet after showing him that.
I don't think so either. I don't know. Like, we have some people lined up. I guess we can go ahead and start. Like, how much longer do we even have?
I guess maybe do like 10 minutes. I don't know what time it is right now. I know we're out of time officially, but we started. Yeah, we got like 10 minutes. All right, everybody. I know it's all exciting and there's lots of things to debate and talk about.
Quiet, please. Quiet. Quiet, please.
My question was, why did they have the fight continue on Earth after Superman said, "I'm not gonna let you blow up the planet again," even though Superman destroyed the planet in the first one? He literally dove through the Earth to kill Goku, who was shooting his spirit Kamehameha away from the planet. I don't understand that, but I mean, you can't argue with the facts.
Where we just give the Goku character the win, because that would feel like that would kind of feel cheating to me. So like, let's not be like, okay, this Superman-related character would lose to this DC or this Dragon Ball-related character. Let's not do that.
How about Captain Planet versus Zarbon?
Interesting.
Yeah,
All right,
but we only have 10 minutes, so let's move on.
It's pretty interesting.
Mask versus Mask of Loki.
Let's move on. You gotta wait in line.
All right, Cowell, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, good. I already mentioned my idea for Ezio Auditore. I'm pretty sure I would love to see that someday, and I hope everybody else around me would agree. My one question to you, however, is why did you guys use Batman a second time?
Use Batman a second time?
Yes.
Why
Why did
did
you bring him back?
We answered this a little bit earlier, but basically I was new to writing Death Battle episodes, and we needed to get an episode done quickly, and also something that was easy for me, just kind of ease me into the process. So Batman was already researched. That just meant I had to research Captain America.
Literally, I could give them the notes and be like, this is how we do it. Use this as a base for Captain America. And then that was how we kind of
Plus, this was a matchup we also had planned for a long time also.
I really like the person who shut it out because he's Batman. There you go.
Because he's Batman.
All right, cool. Next up.
I just want to say this though. Even with all this stuff you put together for this entire video, you're never going to hear the end of it.
We'll see. We never do.
I have two questions. How vulnerable is Superman to magic?
How vulnerable is Superman to magic? Yes. He's vulnerable to magic as in you are vulnerable to a bullet. He is not weak to magic, he simply has no defense against it. That's what it is.
And do you think that Goku has potential to learn magic? Or
Sorry, say that one more time.
That defeats the whole purpose of what they just put together!
Potential to have magic in his arsenal?
To have magic?
No!
Goku has the power pole, which Superman still can defend against magic, like just by using his solar power to like heal against it, like you know how Wolverine has the healing thing, like kind of imagine that, but like with normal blades, they don't.
This is a kid though.
Magic, he'll shoot him with like
I'm
a
sorry.
bullet or whatever, then he'll pop out like Wolverine, that kind of thing. There's a short that was that DC animated films released that was like I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically an origin story for Shazam, where Black Adam fights Superman for a long time. Black Adam is full on magic. He just shoots magic at Superman, blows him through buildings with magic. Superman's fine. He just gets up and keeps fighting. He's not like super weak to it. Right. It's just more effective, I guess.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, me again.
Hi.
Okay, we all know Superman will die if you guys' head exploded. That's not a question.
We got 5 minutes, so let's make this quick.
Which death battle was the most fun to do?
Most fun?
Was it Deadpool?
He-Man Lion was really fun.
Yeah, He-Man Lion.
That's what they've like answered these questions, or they've answered them such that they can encompass all my favorite, the hardest one, the most requested. They've done that.
My friend couldn't make it because unfortunately his father passed away just last month. I was wondering because I promised him I'd get a picture with you guys.
Yes, actually, this is a good time to bring it. We have an autograph session right after this,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's why we can't run over.
Yeah, oh yeah,
we need to go quick. We have an autograph session right after this, and we're happy to sign 2 pictures, all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Where's it going to be at? I'm sorry.
Autograph room. Also, afterwards...
Maybe it's just me, but I feel like they can feel the salt in the room, and it's like it's making them really awkward. Everybody left.
The episode,
I knew this was gonna happen. I totally said this. The only thing that I thought, if they were gonna make Goku win, Superman would probably use his solar flare or whatever, and somehow Goku would survive it or dodge it, instant transmission somewhere. I mean, like that. If they wanted to write it so Goku would win, Superman would use his solar flare. Although I don't think he would have to, based off of what they've shown. Goku would instant transmission, he'd come back and finish Superman while he was human. But that goes against Goku's character. Goku wouldn't finish him off just because he used up all his energy and he's human. You know?
No, I'm sorry. We have to keep moving. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for coming.
What's up, dude?
You ever thought of doing a death battle tournament, like taking the winners or losers and pitting them all against each other in different battles?
We've talked about doing that before. It's just really hard logistically because basically we want it. It's easy with two characters because then we can look at how they would fight. But when you get so many factors in, then it kind of gets to us because it's like, well, who would we have fighting who first? Like who would start?
Some characters would beat others, while some others would lose against others, and it really comes down to brackets.
And how we set it up. So that's probably why you won't ever see that.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
No problem.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, can we ever hope to see an indie death battle?
A what?
What?
An indie death battle, like characters like the kid from Bash and Jacket from Hotline Man.
Oh.
We've never seen that.
Indie character death battle?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe I've gotten requests for like fan fiction characters before. I'm like, does anybody really want to see that? No.
I would
like, what would we even use?
I would
even use? I don't really want to do fan fiction. I'm sorry. Like, really, what it comes down to is what is most requested and what we find interesting. So that's what it really comes down to.
Kool-Aid Man versus Macho Man Randy Savage. Bye.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I root for Superman.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, I like that guy.
Okay.
So, do you ever plan on doing a rematch with like a different one other than Goku versus Superman?
Like, are we ever going to do a different rematch?
Like RoboCop versus the Terminator is a popular one.
There are no plans to do a rematch again. Like,
Yeah, no plans, but who knows? If some crazy thing came out in a character.
They rematched this because it made a lot of money for them. The millions and millions of views, 30 million views. That's why they did it. I really felt like if they really wanted to do a real rematch, they'd wait till Dragon Ball Super is over. But judging how they gave Superman the win, and they explained that very lengthily, like they spent like 8 minutes on it, then, you know, he'd always win.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Would you ever do one with like a death battle with Naruto Uzumaki?
Will we ever do one with Naruto?
That one is suggested quite a lot.
Yeah, with the Naruto, yeah. So maybe.
We'll see. Bye.
Thank you for coming.
I'm like, these are the weirdest people ever.
Called it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much.
So did a lot of other people, including myself.
Are you ever going to incorporate any of the Final Fantasy characters into a death battle?
Final Fantasy characters.
We already did.
Remember, if you recall Link versus Cloud, Final Fantasy characters are really difficult to do because there's a lot of player influence in how they build up and like what they actually are capable of. And player influence is something that we really want to stay away from. That's why
Player influence? Just use the max that you can have for that character in that game. I don't see how that's difficult.
Obviously, Final Fantasy is huge, and everybody wants to.
Oh, we've talked
Player influence, just use the maximum that's allowed or that can be done for that character in that game, and whatever outside references you have. But, I don't know. That's how I would do it. I feel like their main issue was time and animation, obviously. Oh, research for time.
We're using 3DS Max. You can get your hands on it, jump in it. It's kind of difficult to jump into, but just try it out. Practice makes perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, we got time for 2 more questions. We got to run over to our
Sorry, just the next 2 people in line. I'm sorry, but we got to run off to our autograph session real quick after this.
Boomstick. I remember you once said in the question Q&A episode that you decided death battles by putting squirrels against each other. Do you have a favorite squirrel that you put your chosen character on?
I couldn't hear you.
Did you get a little closer? I thought it was a question.
You said that you use squirrels to decide which ones you want as Boomstick.
Oh, the squirrel is him, yes.
Do you have a favorite squirrel that you choose and they put your favorite character on? Do you have
Seriously, just walk up here. Walk up right here.
The way these speakers are set up, it's a little hard for us to hear.
Oh, do I have a favorite squirrel that I use? Yes, Bitey. He's a little bastard, but
Bitey?
I like him. He's got spirit.
Didn't he die? Didn't you dress him up as Goku?
Too soon. It'll always be too soon.
Alright, last question.
We don't like to see Goku killed. But the King Kai Goku thing was kind of funny.
Question is, what character did you really want to see in a future episode but can't due to issues like copyright or other?
Like what character do we really want to see but can't put in an episode?
Yeah, because
I mean, that's hard to talk about because some of them, like, we can probably make any character work.
I have a matchup that is like, I've wanted to do it forever. It's this whole big thing that I really want to do, but we're really, really worried about the repercussions of doing it.
Oh, you're talking about...
Is it what I think it is?
Could we even talk about
Okay.
Maybe we should.
Yes.
Just do it. Just put it out there.
Let's just say that the company is run by a very famous cartoon.
Okay, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. Let's talk about it. The thing that we really want to do. We're talking about Disney, right? Okay, we've had this idea for
Disney?
the longest time, but we're terrified that it could like kill Death Battle in terms of like copyright and stuff. We want to do a battle royale between the Disney princesses, and we want to do it.
And I want to write it as a musical.
I'd love to do this, but I don't. Like, we talked about this for ages. We know, like, how certain parts would go. Like, we have an idea of, like, who would win and, like, how, and, like, final conflict.
It's just now they own Star Wars and they own Marvel, and it's like, if we bring down the wrathful eye of the mouse.
That's it, yeah.
We gotta be careful.
Well, if in that case, I think Elsa would win that one.
Maybe that should be the last one.
We're gonna get the speakers. Can't really hear that well. But yes, that is, like, a big secret. Revealed at the very end of the Death Battle panel.
For the people who stuck around. Also, hey, can we get a big round of applause for our Goku and our Superman?
Goku Superman, can you...
And the horrible cosplayers. They probably took their costumes off.
There they are.
Love it.
Big shout out to AC Paradise for helping us get these guys like last minute. You guys are pretty awesome.
Thank you guys so much. We hope you guys enjoyed the panel, and we'll see you in our autograph session. Have fun.
Okay. Well, you know, I guess I'll just go ahead and I'll put this out there as far as last minute things. Actually, let me go ahead and turn this off. So, as far as like, you know, I'll just record this separately.